Hi guys, welcome back to another live stream of Library of the Day. So today we're going to talk about a library called WhatsApp Web. So everyone is aware of WhatsApp Web, right? Just a minute, let me check if my stream is on properly or not. I'm just checking if the stream is on or not. Okay, the stream is on. Okay, guys. So let's start the stream. So basically, today we'll be talking about a library called WhatsApp web.js. So everyone uses WhatsApp every day, right? WhatsApp has become a very crucial part of our life. We keep using WhatsApp every day for sending messages, and so I want to talk about like how do we automate this? Like let's say if you want to automate sending messages in WhatsApp, or automate like let's say if you want to reply to someone automatically when someone sends a message, when someone sends a particular message, like how do we do it? So in general, like how do you automate these things is using an API. So every service you will usually provide an API, and we use that API, and we using this API we'll be able to do some actions. For example, in case of WhatsApp API, we'll be able to send like WhatsApp messages, or able to receive messages and reply to them, something like that. So there's an official WhatsApp business API, but the problem with this official API is that it's paid, and one more thing is it's only for limited organizations. It's not available for individuals or small organizations. It's only available for like large scale business and medium scale business. Usually, it's used by organizations like Book My Show. So whenever you book a ticket on Book My Show, I think you might have seen that you'll be getting the ticket on your WhatsApp. So how does BookMyShow do this? Like BookMyShow does this by using WhatsApp Business API. So they would have integrated the Business API, and whenever there's a booking, they would send a message using the Business API. So this works for large scale organizations, but the problem with individuals like us, so we can't afford big APIs, and we are not a big organization. So how do we do that? So that's why we have a library called WhatsApp Web. So WhatsApp Web.js. So what this library does is this library will help us automate like all the it will work exactly like the WhatsApp business API, but without the need of actually having to use the API. It's kind of a hacky method, because how it works is it internally uses a browser, and it internally opens a browser, although it doesn't show the browser to us. It internally opens a browser, and then it'll automate all these things using the browser. The browser is called Puppeteer, but we don't have to go through the details. So basically how this works is it internally uses a browser and automates the things that we want. So let's dive right in. So let's try automating some of the messages. So what we'll do is we'll try sending some messages first. So we'll try automating sending some messages. If you ask me like what's the use case, the use case would be like unlimited. Like let's say you have a friend's birthday, and you're too lazy to stay up till 12 o'clock. You can just automate it. Just schedule a message at 12 o'clock and let the bot do it. Let the software send a message at 12 o'clock. This actually happened to me a few days ago. That was my friend's birthday. I forgot about the birthday, and I couldn't send the message, and then I got screwed. So yeah, I'm just giving an example. So you could schedule a message at 12 o'clock and let them wish happy birthday automatically. Just an example though. Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff. You can do automate a lot of stuff. So yeah, let's dive right in, and let's start using this WhatsApp web library. So there's a GitHub repo. You can go through the GitHub repo. So it's completely safe. You don't have to worry about your account getting hacked or something. It's completely safe because it's completely open source. But the problem is they don't guarantee that you'll not be blocked by using this method, because WhatsApp doesn't allow bots or unofficial clients. But you will be fine as long as you don't abuse it. Abuse in the sense like don't use it for sending like bulk messages, or like too many spam messages. Don't do that, then you'll get blocked. But if you're using it for general automation, for like general daily stuff, that will be fine. You can still use this automation. So yeah, let's start it. So they have a getting started guide. We'll go to that. So this is basically a Node.js client. So you need to have Node.js installed on your PC, and if you have Node.js, then you're good to go. So I already have Node.js on my PC. So let's install this library. It's just one command. Just copy this and paste it here. And I'm just installing the library now. The only requirement is Node.js v12 or higher is required. If you have that, then you are good to go. It's installing the library. It'll just take a minute or two. And what are the first steps? Once installed, you are ready to connect. So there's some sample code. Let's copy this. So what is this? This does this. It's importing the WhatsApp web library, creating a new client, and it's listening to a message called QR. So if you've seen WhatsApp, how WhatsApp web works, so we need to scan a QR code, right? Whenever you open WhatsApp web, we need to scan a QR code from our WhatsApp app. It works the same. So it shows a QR code and we're supposed to scan it. So let's just copy this code. Okay, it's installed already. I'll create a new file called index.js. I'll paste this code and I'll run this code. Just node space index.js. I'm already in the folder. I'm just running node space index.js. This will start the server and it should print the QR code. So it says QR received and it's printing some characters. It's because it's not really printing the actual QR code, it's printing the like textual form of the QR code. So we need the actual QR code to scan it. So if you see the guide, they say that it's just that what we are printing first is the textual representation of the QR code, but we need to convert it into QR code. So what we need to do is we need to install a library called QR code terminal. It's in the guide itself, just follow the guide. So I'll install this library. Yeah, it's done. That library is installed. And let's modify our code to use this QR code. So we copy this. So we are using this new QR code library to convert the QR code into an actual image. So on client.on, when the QR code is received, let's generate a QR code. Let's see what happens. So now that we have changed the code, we need to rerun the file. So I'll rerun it. Yeah, as you can see now there's a QR code. So I'll scan this QR code from my WhatsApp app. I'm scanning it. If you want to see it, here's my live Android device. So I've scanned the QR code and we are already connected. So I created a group called WhatsApp Automation Test just for testing this stuff. So I'm in that group now. Okay. So it says client is ready. So now we are actually ready to send the messages. Now, if you want to listen for messages, we have some code called client. We have an event called on message. You can use this if you want to listen for a message. But I want to send a message. So what we need to use a function called client.sendMessage in that case, if you want to send a message. But before we send a message, so I have like a lot of chats, right? So let's say I want to send a message to like this first group, which is WhatsApp automation test. So like how do we get, so first we need to fetch a list of chats that we already have. So for that, there's a function called get chats. If you read the documentation, you'll get it. If you see, yeah, the documentation is here. If you go to this documentation, you can see all the available methods. Like there are a lot of features available in this library. If you see, you can send, you can receive, you can send media, you can send images, video, you can send stickers. Like they almost have like support for everything that you can do in your regular app. You can manage your groups, you can kick participants, you can demote participants, you can mention users, you can, like, they have all, like, every feature. Like, it's really good, like the kind of support they're providing with all the features. So yeah, all you need to do is you need to just read the documentation and you'll be good to go. So yeah, so we have a function called get chat, so which will get the chat. So what I'll do is I'll do when the client is ready, I'll use that method called get chats. And once the chat is received, I'll just I have lots of chats. I have like hundreds of chats. So instead of logging all the chats, I'll just log the first chat, that is chats of 0. So index starts from 0, right, in array. So I'm just logging the first chat. Let's log this and see. Now that we have changed the code, again we have to restart the server. So to avoid restarting the server every time, there's a library called NodeMon. If we install NodeMon, we don't have to restart the server every time. So I'll install NodeMon. This NodeMon, it's a file watcher. So whenever there's a file change, it will automatically restart the server. So that we don't have to restart the server. So NodeMon index.js. Now the problem is it's asking us to scan the QR code again. So this is not a good option. We need to be able to hold the session. We need to be able to restore the session. Like every time the server restarts, it should automatically take the previously linked session. So how do we do that? So they already have documentation for that as well. There's something called as resuming sessions. So I'm going to that. So according to them, that we have an event called authenticated and they'll send the session. So we just need to save this session, and whenever we restart the server, we need to restore this session. So what I'll do is, they already have the code, we just need to copy this code. I'll copy this client.onAuthenticated, and in case of client, okay, I'll copy this. So what this does is, so whenever the client is authenticated, it takes the session data and it saves to a file called session.json. And whenever the server is restarted, it checks if that file exists. If that file exists, then it'll give that session data to the client. So we're setting session data equals to the file, and we're using that session data here. So let me use this. Done. And now let's scan the QR code. FS is not defined. Okay, I did not require. I missed this statement. Okay, so now we should be able to do this. So I'm scanning it again. Okay, and linked. Let's see. As you can see here, now it created a file called session.json. So this is a session that we just linked. So whenever we restore the server, it'll automatically use this file and it'll restore the session. You don't have to worry too much about what's inside that. It's just session data related to this. So let's dive right in. And did it print the chats? My server is restarting unlimited because it's because the session.json is also running. I mean, because session.json is also like being saved. So what I'll do is nodemon index.js. I'll ignore the session. I'll just ignore the JSON files. So it doesn't look for JSON file change. Let's see if it prints. Okay, client is ready. It did print the first. So when the client is ready, we are getting the chats, and we're printing the first chat. So if we see the first chat, okay, I think my oh, just a sec, my Android Android live stream, sorry, the Android I'll just show it. CRCPY. Yeah, now it's on. This got switched off. I turned it on again. So if you see the chats, so I have this lot of chats, and the first chat is called WhatsApp automation test, and it did print that the name is WhatsApp automation test. It also says whether it's group or not. It's group, true, because it is a group. So what we can do is, let's try to send a message to this group. So we got the chat, we already got this chat. What we can do is, instead of console.log, and one more thing is, the first chat may not always be WhatsApp automation test, right? Sometimes it could be someone else might send a message and that could come to the top, and that could be the first chat. So instead of using chats of 0, let's let's find the chat. So what we'll do is, on my group equals to, is this correct, chat dot name. So I'm just using a find function. I'm using the inside the array. So chat dot name equals to, what is it, WhatsApp automation test. And let's console.log this. Okay, let's console.log this. It's restarting the server, and once it's restarted, it should be printing. Yeah, it got my group and it console.log. So now let's try to send a message to this group. So this is my Android device and there's a chat. So let's send a message. So what we can do is, so the client has a method called send message. So we'll use client dot send message. And if you see with my group has something called as ID, and inside ID we have server, we have user, and we have the actual ID of the group. So we need to use this serialized ID if we want to send a message to this group. So what I'll do is console.log send message my group dot ID dot serialized, and let's say, hello, this is an automated message. Now once I save it, it should be able to send the message. Let's see. So restarting the server, let's see if it sends the message. You can see it live here, my Android device. Yeah, you can see it did send a message. It says, hello, this is an automated message. That's cool. Let's send one more message. This is an automated message again. This is awesome. It's restarting the server, and once it restarts, it should be able to send a message. Yeah, cool. It's an automated message again. So let's say I want to send a message after after 10 seconds. The general use case is that, as I mentioned, like if you want to automate a birthday message to your friend at night 12 o'clock, you'll just get the time. Like for example, if it is 12 o'clock, and if you just subtract the, you just subtract the time with your current time, and you get the time left for your friend's birthday, and you just you can use a set timeout, and you can send a message. That's just a naive, easiest way, but there are cron jobs as well if you want to automate even in a better way. But let's do a very simple way. So let's say I want to send a message after 20 seconds. So let's do that. So all I have to do is, I'll set timeout of 20 seconds. So after 20 seconds, this message will be sent. Hello, this is a scheduled message. Scheduled message. If you're wondering how I'm getting the autocomplete, I'm using GitHub Copilot. It's a really cool tool. It helps us. It gives autocomplete for a lot of things. I've been using it for almost like 2 months, I guess, and I'm in love with it. So I'll make a video on GitHub Copilot as well. It's really cool, and it does save a lot of time as well. So yeah, so now I'm scheduling a message after 20 seconds. So when the server starts, the server will log saying that I have scheduled a message to be sent after 20 seconds. So once the server starts, it will log this and it will wait for 20 seconds, and after 20 seconds, it will send a message. So let's start the server. So the server is restarting. The client is ready, and okay, it says that I have scheduled a message to be sent after 20 seconds. So let's wait for 20 seconds, and after 20 seconds, it should be able to, send the message. So let's see. I'm waiting for the message. I think it's not 20 seconds is not over yet. I think 10 seconds is done. Let's wait for 10 more seconds. Yeah, you can see that hello, this is a scheduled message. We got it after 20 seconds. That's cool, right? So yeah, so that's how you send automate messages. You can also reply. For example, I'll show you an example here. So if you see the guide here, so if you see here replying to messages, how it shows how do you reply to some message. So let's say you're creating a bot. Let's say you're creating a bot for your business or something like that, and when someone sends a message, let's say, hi, I want price of some product, and you want to automatically send the price of certain product, then how do you do this? You do that by listening to the message first. So there's a method called client.on message. So you listen to a message event, and once a message is in, you can check many things. Like you can put a lot of if statements. In this example, we are checking for the body. So if the message is ping, we're replying with pong. That's just a basic example, but yeah, if it's ping, we are replying it with pong. Like in a general practical use case, it could be like if the message body is equals to price or something like that, you get price or something like that, then you reply it with a price. The price of the product for your business, or even if your girlfriend is texting you, I love you, you can just automate to reply, I love you too, instead of if you're bored of sending the message again and again. So yeah, I'm just giving some practical examples. Like some of them are funny examples, but yeah, like the use case is up to you. You can use it as you want. If you see the features like you have every feature, you can automate it, and you can actually create a full-fledged bot using this library. The only thing you need to do is you need to keep the server running. If you can't keep the server running on your own PC, you can just put it on a cloud server. Just take a cloud server on DigitalOcean or AWS, and you can deploy a bot there, and it will be always running 24/7. So that it will work that way as well. So yep, so that's how you automate WhatsApp using JavaScript, or that is in Node.js. So I hope you guys liked it. I hope it makes sense. If you have any doubts, I'll be putting this live stream as a recorded video as well. So if you have any doubts or if you have any questions, you can post your questions and comments in the video as well. So I'll definitely get back to you. So yeah, that's how you automate WhatsApp using JavaScript in Node.js. So yeah, I hope you like it. And yeah, this was comparatively a smaller video. I didn't want to take too long. I wanted to make a quick video. So I think it's less than half an hour. So yeah, that's it guys. So that's how you automate WhatsApp, and thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow again with a new library or some new spotlight. So I actually named this stream as library of the day, but I'll be renaming it to spotlight of the day, because every day it may not be library. It could be some news, or it could be something exciting. So instead of library of the day, I'll be renaming it to spotlight of the day. So yeah, thanks for watching the spotlight of the day, and tomorrow we'll be back with a new spotlight. See you guys. Bye bye.